So today I have a kind of testimony. I think I would count it as a testimony. It's just something really cool that happened to me. And I like this trend where we make up titles for our messages. So I'm going to name this Wake Up. Everybody wake up. So this comes from Psalms 91:5 that says, "You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day." And honestly, I encourage you all to read this whole chapter of Psalms 91 because it's really beautiful. It's one of my favorites right now because it's all about how God is going to carry you through any situation that you're scared of, God is going to dispel all the evil that tries to come near you, and it's just a whole chapter about that. It's beautiful. But this verse in particular is really good because the terror by night sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like being afraid of the dark, like an intangible fear, like a spiritual fear. But the arrow that flies by day, you can be scared of the dark all you want, but if an arrow is coming at your head, you might die. So God is saying that, the scripture is saying that God is going to protect you from both of those spiritual fears and the physical dangers that you come into contact with every day. God protects you from both equally. So a few weeks ago, I had this really, really bad dream, and I have nightmares occasionally, not that often, but you know how there's some nightmares that just stick with you for the rest of your life? This was one of those. Basically, I felt this presence of evil constantly over me, and I would think I was dreaming for a few hours, honestly, like maybe 2 hours, just stuck in this nightmare. And what would happen is I would fall asleep, and then I would wake up, but I would wake up inside the dream. So I would try my best to stay awake, and I would physically trying to keep myself awake, but I couldn't. And this evil presence kept pulling me back into the dream where every situation just got worse and worse. It was terrifying. This went on for hours. And at one point, I did wake up inside the dream anymore, and I just decided, you know what? I am not strong enough to keep myself awake. I don't have the strength inside of me or the power. So I whispered to myself, Jesus. And my voice was really weak at first, but I just kept repeating it over and over again, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. My voice grew louder, and I felt this evil presence clenching, trying to hold on to me as long as it could, and growing powerful and powerful, and then it just broke, and I woke up for real this time, just by repeating his name. So immediately I woke up and I started searching for a verse to put this into words, and I actually found Psalms 91, and that's where that comes from, because that's the verse that kept me strong for the rest of the night, and eventually I went back to sleep again with no nightmares. So I don't think you doubt that if you're having a nightmare and that you feel like the devil is trying to control you, that you can say Jesus' name and then wake up out of that nightmare. But did you know you can do the same thing in the day? You can do the same thing when you're awake and you're in a situation that you don't want to be in. You can say his name and he'll take you out of that nightmare. That whether you're asleep or awake, the devil can't touch you when Jesus is there. Because as powerful as the devices are that the devil has over you, as powerful as is the depression, the anxiety, the illness, the addiction the bully has over you, it can't touch you when Jesus is there. And when you say his name, it has to leave because the devil is not stronger than God. His hold on you, it breaks when you say his name. And you can say life is a nightmare sometimes. I know you've all been in this situation where you want to pinch yourself and just wake up out of it. You can do that. But you have to say his name. He will wake you up out of any nightmare because his name is so, so powerful. And so whether it's something spiritual, whether it's something intangible, or whether it's a real situation that you're in, just say his name and you'll wake up out of it, and he'll pull you out of it, whatever it is.